All right, so E3 show starts at 1 o'clock, and we're gonna all of us together watch this and see what Microsoft has in store for us this year, next year. Um, I personally think they're going to show mainly the games. They're going to be focused on the gaming. They're going to show us some stuff that the studios that they have bought are working on. We'll see some games. Hopefully, we'll see something fresh and new from these big giant studios that they've got, like Ninja Theory and Crytek. But I don't know if we're gonna see the console. I don't think they're gonna show the console on E3 show. I think they're only gonna focus on video games. I think the console is something they might show in Germany on that games, whatever they call it, the Gamescom or whatever the hell it is. Maybe in Germany they will show the console. I don't know, but I don't think we'll see the console today. Like, don't get your hopes high to see how the console looks and everything. They'll probably do that in Germany. I think they want to focus 2 hours only on the video games. And that's a good thing that they're focusing on that, because look, everybody knows that the console's coming out. I'm sure even Phil Spencer knows that everybody knows that the cat's out of the bag. That Lockhart and the Anaconda's coming out next year. So they're not focused on that. I think they're mainly focused on putting out the video games. How do I know this? Because there was an interview with Major Nelson, Larry Herb, and Phil Spencer. And Phil Spencer openly said, he wasn't even hiding it. He said, I want to focus on video games. I want to show what we got going on with these 14 studios. I couldn't talk about it last year, but this year I can show you something. So we'll see plenty of video games coming out on this E3 show, and that's a good thing. Let him focus on video games. Everybody knows the console's coming out, so. But I think in Germany, on the Gamescom, I think we'll see whatever they call it. What's that thing in Germany they have? It's like their own E3 show. I think there we might see a console and how it looks and everything and all that. Or Xbox might have their own X experience, whatever they call it, show where they're going to show the console later on. I don't know. That's just the way I feel about it. Hey, Fade to Black, how you doing? Man, I'm still fucked up, guys. I'm sorry about that. I'm still fucked up. This goddamn flu and virus and that the thunderstorm yesterday, man, just struck like 15, 20 times, man, just next to where I live. I'd never seen anything like it, man. It was like that movie. You guys ever saw the movie with Tom Cruise and Steven Spielberg called The War of the Worlds? And when the lightning keeps striking, pow, 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 it was like fucking unbelievable, man. I'd never seen anything like it. What I saw yesterday was like, uh, made me think a little bit about what's going on in our climate and what's going on with our planet, man. Something's fucked up, man. I never seen anything like this. Anyway, moving on. Let me see what we got here. I apologize. Let me see. Monty, everything good? Thank you, thank you. Daniel, thank you. I'm a bit fucked up, so I apologize. Maxi Games, what's the new exclusive for the Xbox? We're gonna find out, Maxi, pretty soon. Sorry about my voice. My voice is different because I'm still kind of under the weather. Ryan Bartlett, the E3 show is going to be in 4K. Yes, it will be in 4K. It will be. 45 minutes of xCloud. Dave, I don't think they'll dedicate 45 minutes for the xCloud. I think they already talked about it last year. They will show what's possible with the xCloud for about like 5, 7, 8 minutes, or maybe 10 minutes, and they're going to move on to the video games. Am I pumped for it? I'm pumped for the Crytek and Ninja Theory. I want to see what they got going on with these new studios. Will they reveal the name of the Project Scarlet? I think they're gonna call it Xbox 2, but I think they're saving that for a different show this year, like in August. I don't think you're gonna see that on E3. I think Phil Spencer is only focusing on the video games. The console, that will be, I think, separate show down the road. Maybe in August you'll see how the console looks. That's what I think. Uh, Steel Bonsai, glad you're safe. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it though. Yeah, it was crazy. Uh, and I was playing Gears of War, and all of a sudden, dude, just like it was like bombardment. It was like somebody was just like carpet bombing, man. It was like a carpet bombing. It was just unbelievable, out of nowhere, man. And something's fucked up with the weather, with our planet. Something's going on, man. I never seen anything like this in my 40 years. I've seen storms and tropical storms, this and that, but I never seen anything like it. Like weird shit. But no one talks about it. No one talks about it. No one mentions it. People are too focused on other shit. Yeah, man, something's going on. Let me see. Hey, how you doing, Dave? I'm doing good. I'm doing good, Alvaro. I'm good. I'm just a little bit under the weather. I'm still kind of sick, man. This flu, whatever it is, I don't know what's going on, man. I caught something. Like I feel the chest and the pain or something. It was like just killing me, man. I don't know what's going on. I gotta see a doctor. Have him check me out. I don't know what's going on. I'm not like feeling like 100%. I'm like 83%, but I can manage. That's what I heard. Uh, yeah, still bonsai. That's what I heard too. Someone told me yesterday that in UK it's kind of strange weather too. In Europe, parts of Europe, like it's like really strange. Like it's almost like a tropical weather in some parts of Europe, and that does never happen. To have the kind of tropical weather in Europe. It's crazy. Uh, hey, Xenoxy, how you doing? Yeah. But I heard that also it's really hot now in England. It's like never been like that. Like, like super, super hot and sunshine. It's like crazy. The horror show, the aliens are coming. No, they're already here. Who knows, man? They might be. I think they might be here. I think they're already. Who knows? There's a bunch of UFOs. UFOs are big. They're coming back. The RS in America cost a lot. Uh, DRS. What is that? Steel bonsai. DRS. Yeah, the horror show. It's today. It starts at 1 p.m. And then from there, they're gonna do other shows, the interviews and whatnot. So it's gonna be interesting. Oh, really? You guys did? How much rain did you guys have? Hey, what's up, Dark Carnage? How you doing? The rain was unreal, non-stop. Yeah, I can only imagine. I don't mind the rain. I can deal with the rain. If it's like a Seattle rain, that doesn't bother me. Just get your umbrella up or whatever. Put on your hat and a coat. What bothers me is the strong gust wind, 40 miles an hour, 50 miles an hour, that can, pull out the big tree and then shove it up someone's house. And then you got this bombardment, carpet bombing of that's what I call it, carpet bombing of lightning. Like, dude, you can't even, you fucked. If you're outside and it's this kind of lightning that I saw yesterday, you getting fucked, man. You dead, bro. There's nothing you can do about it. No, I've never seen anything like this, man. I couldn't even pull up my camera. That's how fucking scary it was. I can't explain. All I heard was sirens after that, like tons of sirens, like cops and fire department and everything, just non-stop sirens. It means someone got fucked, or multiple people got fucked by that thing. Uh, Probably homeless people out there who have nowhere to hide. Poor bastards. What are you gonna do? No more excuses. Let's see the games. Dark Carnage. Yeah, I hope they bring that today. I hope they do. Oh, you from Algeria? With some crumb. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here, man. I appreciate that. Today it's cloudy yet warm. No doubt it will rain. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but is that normal for UK in England to be raining that much? I know you guys have rain, but like not like a tropical rain. That's kind of strange, right? Even for especially for the UK, Scotland and Ireland to have that kind of a rain, it's kind of like never seen before. Hey, big boss, how you doing? It's going good. I got my multivitamin stuff here. I'm taking my multivitamin and whatnot. It's just like I don't know, man. I caught some some kind of flu or something. Something I caught, man. And I got to go see my doctor tomorrow, man. I have to have him check me out, physical, and do some blood tests, see what's going on. I want to catch it early before it's too late. I want to see what the hell it is, because I'm just not feeling 100%. It's kind of annoying. Uh, like I feel like a chest pains once in a while, and I don't know what's going on. I'm just not like 100%. I'm like 80% maybe. Rob Jones, I hope so too. I really do. And that's what I said in my previous video. I said I would love to see Microsoft come back. I want to see Microsoft really come back and be better than ever. And I think they will bring us that stuff today. I think they have to, you know. Yeah, Carnage, yeah, it's the worst, man. It's just so annoying because you can't focus on anything because you got this thing going on, constantly. You coughing and you sneezing and then you're just like, you know, Scott, yeah, maybe, but it doesn't hurt me to check it out. You know, I have my doctor. Might as well check it out, see what it is. It's always good to check it out. Um, Kwasam Kram, where the show starts. The show's gonna start on the mixer. This is from the Xbox. They're gonna stream it in 4K, and I have a mixer. I'm already on the mixer, so I'm using my capture card, my Avery Media capture card, through my PC, uh, through the Xbox. Actually, this is how it goes. My Xbox goes into my PC capture card, Avery Media capture card that goes inside my motherboard, and from there I can stream it in 4K like right now that you guys are seeing. This is the Xbox right now. This what right here, what you're seeing is the Xbox right now. I'm just waiting for them to start, and I figured I'd give you guys a little head start so we can talk about this before the show, and then we can react to the show. That's awesome. 3:30 start time. No, it's a 1 p.m. But depends on where you are in the world. If you are in Pacific, it's gonna be 10 o'clock. If you're in UK, it's gonna be 6 o'clock, I think, or 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Yeah, John. Yeah, you know that's what the real gamers will do. They'll play any game no matter what, and that's what makes gamers so unique is that they will play no matter what. Granted, I've been critical of Xbox, and I do admit that I was critical of the Xbox. But the only reason I was critical, and I told this to Ron John, and he took it the wrong way, and I know how much he loves the Xbox. I told him, listen, man, the only reason I criticize the Xbox is because I want them to be the best. That'd be like you telling your son you want your son to be the best, right? You don't want him to be a loser. You don't want him to fail. So it's the same thing with the Xbox. I want the Xbox to be the best. I want the competition. I'm not worried about Sony. Sony's already big. They are competitors, big competitors. Probably the only competitors right now. So I want Microsoft to be like Clash of the Titans, like together against Sony. Why? Because that will bring a great quality video games for us gamers, for you, for me, for everyone. And I want that. The more competition you have, the better games you're gonna have, better quality games you're gonna have. This is the oldest tradition ever. Competition, right? Competition brings great stuff. And I know it sounds kind of cheesy to say this, but it's true. Without competition, we wouldn't have any. We'd be boring. Be just same old, same old. And I think that's what drives everything. Now, look at, for example, Marvel versus DC. Now, the Warner Brothers is doing everything they can to come back and to compete with the Marvel, because they know how big the Marvel is. Same thing, directors who are trying to compete with James Cameron. They're like, we need to create our own thing and compete with James Cameron. Let's see if we can bring this Titanic down. So there's always competition, and that's good. That's a good thing. Yeah, me too. The horror show. I want him to succeed. I've been an Xbox player. Hey, Reynold John Baptiste. How you doing, man? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Oh, it's 9 p.m. in London? Okay. Mr. Review Everything. Well, I have to agree to some part of that. It is true that they haven't reached their potential yet. But I think the main focus of Phil Spencer was to... listen, let's go back a little bit. Let's be honest. Phil Spencer inherited a big mess. And this is something that I think we have to understand. He was handed the worst mess ever in 2013. So the Phil Spencer had to go in a drawing board, had to meet with everyone, had to get to know everyone in the Microsoft to understand, hey, how do we push forward with this brand, with this mess that we have right now, with this Xbox VCR Kinect, DVR Kinect, whatever it was, in 2013. It was a huge mess. So he was inheriting a gigantic mess in 2013. It's not like he was given a baton with a surplus. Here you go, move on. He was given a big mess, and he inherited a big mess, and it took him a while to, figure out how to bring this brand on its feet again. And it took 4 to 5 years to do that, guys. It took a long time to do that, to create a new console, redesigned console, to create Xbox One X Enhanced, to do cross-play with the PC. All of that stuff takes time, and I think we have to be honest when we look at Phil Spencer and the Xbox. If it wasn't for him, I don't know what would have happened to the Microsoft, honestly. It might have ended up like Dreamcast, like Sega. So we have to be honest about that, guys. Sony had a head start. They were already like full throttle, shifting gear to the 8, 9, 10, and 12th gear. They were already taking off. Okay, so we have to be honest about that. When we look at Phil Spencer, when we look at the Xbox, he inherited the mess in 2013. And that's why it took a long time to reach to this point. That's my opinion. Zombie Apocalypse. I cannot talk today. Zombie Apocalypse comes out. Yeah, I have to check that game out. I didn't even know the game was out. Scott been on board with Xbox since the OG box also. Yeah, I mean, I've been with the Xbox since 2001, since Halo Combat Evolved. I owned a bunch of different Xbox 360 consoles. I have actually spent more money on the Xbox 360 due to the Red Ring of Death. And that shows you just how much I love that console. I think I had like 12 different Xbox 360 consoles due to the Red Ring of Death. But even though I knew we had a Red Ring of Death, I didn't care because I love the experience with the Xbox Live and the 360 that it was there. So, I've been a big supporter of Xbox. I mean, Jesus, even my channel kind of started with the Xbox One S, right? Remember, my very first videos were from the Xbox One S. I mean, it's all there. But that doesn't mean that I don't like PlayStation. Sure, I have PlayStation. You've seen me do PlayStation videos. I'm not a fanboy in any way. But when I criticize both consoles or both, both brands, I criticize them because I want them to do better. Sometimes, and that's why I do that. That's the only reason I do it. Sorry about that. I didn't want you guys to hear me sneeze. Long live the magazines. The next generation Xbox has to use dedicated CPU and GPU. Hussein. Yes, I think they will do that. Hussein. I think they're gonna try to utilize and bring us the best possible processing power for the real-time ray tracing. I think the next thing that we're gonna see on the new generation consoles is the real-time ray tracing, and I think real-time ray tracing it's really going to bring that realism that's been missing. We already got textures and motion capture and all of that stuff to make it photorealistic. The only thing that's missing right now is the shadows and the way the light projects onto the objects and the persons. So the real-time ray tracing is going to be a big game changer, especially for the Grand Theft Auto 6 when it comes out, big time. Hey Doc Johnson, Doc Johnson, guten Tag. How you doing? Hey Blaze, how you doing, Blaze? Uh, do you think the new Xbox will be more powerful than the new PlayStation 4? Uh, I think they're both gonna be on the same level, on the same graphical level. Uh, the only difference is gonna be like a minor difference here and there. I don't think you guys gonna see like a drastic difference. The difference gonna be a little bit in performance, I guess, here and there, but it's not gonna be a drastic difference. Guys, don't expect like night and day drastic difference. The difference will come with the gaming and the exclusives. That's where it's going to count. Guys, the exclusive games and what type of exclusive games are you delivering? If you're delivering type of exclusive games that are like boring, they have nothing fresh, nothing new, then it doesn't really matter what kind of horsepower you have. If you're delivering something that's very unique, like a James Cameron or Hideo Kojima, new fresh IPs, you delivering something fresh, something new, something shockingly new, then you got something going on. But if you don't have that, if you're not bringing anything groundbreaking, then it really doesn't matter. If you have four SLI 2080 Ti's forward to Win 3 EVGA graphics card with 64 gigs of DDR, 4 RAM, and then i9 processor with like I don't know how many threads, 9 threads, doesn't matter what kind of horsepower you have under that hood. If you're not bringing anything substantially groundbreaking new, it's just going to collect the dust. And I think we learned that lesson last year and the year before. And PlayStation 4 Pro with a down-powered console proved us that, hey, it's not all about the power, it's about what kind of experience do you bring. So, to me, that's what it's about. It's about the experience. It's not so much about the power. I already have the power, man. If I cared about the power, I would just stick with the PC. I mean, I already got the power with my PC, with the 2080 Ti. I already have it. It's already there. It's inside. You know. But what does that power mean? If I have nothing on the PC to play with, if there's nothing for me to use on the PC, nothing exclusive for me to use on the PC, except the simulations. So this is the key part that I think a lot of people have been missing out. And I think this is what Phil Spencer is more focused on. He's focused on bringing us that gaming experience on this E3 show. At least I think he's going to do that, in my opinion. Pepsi and Cola. I don't know. We might see some specs, but I think they're gonna save that for the next show in August. I think they need to make a $1,000 Xbox One X with a great graphics card. Well, I think that's what Anaconda really is. That's what Anaconda really is. It's just it's not gonna cost 1,000. It's gonna cost 600. Uh, well, yeah, in performance, obviously, it is a big difference, But I only play simulation games and the VR games on a PC. 1 billion horsepowers. The time it's now. Yeah, the horror show. It's about the experience to me, honestly, and that's why you play video games. It doesn't matter uh, if you have the best possible graphics cards ever. If there's no experiences there for you to enjoy it, I mean, what's the point, right? It's just gonna collect the dust. No, I'm still under the weather, man. I'm still like messed up a little bit. I don't know. I apologize. My apologies. I'm all, messed up. But I figured I got to do this for you guys. I don't know. I'm just like feeling like this chest and the pain, dude. Like when I breathe and stuff, like on my ribs right here. Uh, I have to talk to my doctor tomorrow, see what's going on. Even my voice, it's like it's screwed up. I don't even know if I can do a snake voice anymore. Like even he's leaving me now. I cannot do him. I could try, but it'd be difficult. Like Colonel, Naomi, where's this vaccine? What time is it for you where you live? Microsoft Trust for 3 for me. I'm in the East Coast, United States, Atlantic. So it's gonna be 1 p.m. for me. Uh, I just hope that it's not 1 p.m. Seattle time. I just hope that it's not 1 p.m. Pacific. If it's a 1 p.m. Pacific, then it's gonna be 4 o'clock. So, but I can, I can look into it. I know we cannot miss it, man. I think they're gonna start at 1 p.m. because let me see, 1 p.m. Pacific time. Oh my God! It is a 1 p.m. Pacific time. So 1 p.m. Pacific time. That means let me see, 1, 2, 3. So 4 o'clock. So it's not gonna start till 4 o'clock. Oh my God! Oh, I'm way too early, dude. I'm way too early. But that's okay. At least we get to talk about it a little bit here before the show starts. This like a prelude. Let's call it like a prelude to the E3 show. So it's gonna be 4 p.m. For me. Oh, dude. So I got a long way to go, man. I'm way too early for this. I'm doing okay. A little bit of just yesterday that thunderstorm, man. Uh, just I never seen anything like it, man. It was just constant lightning and rain. It wasn't like a rain, like a regular rain. It was just like 40 miles an hour to 48 miles an hour, something like that, from what I understand, what the meteorologist was saying. This cell that came in out of nowhere. Actually, it developed out of nowhere, this cell, this thunderstorm cell. And it was the gust wind, like the windows was like shaking, everything was shaking. There might have been a water spout or something that touched down, who the hell knows, quickly. And it was like lightning after lightning, like every second. It was like pow, 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 pow. It was like a carpet bombing of lightning strikes. I never experienced anything like it in my 40 years, dude. I've never seen anything like it. If you were outside, I mean, you're done, dude. I mean, because all I heard after an hour, that was for an hour. After an hour, all I heard sirens and sirens and sirens and bunch of sirens. And it was the scariest thing ever, man. It was crazy. But anyway, I survived. Hey, what do I think about the PlayStation channel? Have some videos, says E3 2019. Well, I will live stream that as well. Whenever they do their own thing, the PlayStation experience, whenever they decide to do it, I'm gonna live stream that as well. You know, I don't think they'll have any videos for the Sony won't be at the E3 show, so you won't see anything from PlayStation on the E3. PlayStation's gonna do their own thing, their own E3 experience. Uh, like meaning their own Sony experience, not a E3 experience. So I think Sony will most likely do something in August or September, probably August, and they'll have their own show, PlayStation Experience, or whatever they call it. And they're going to show a bunch of new games. Yes, The Last of Us 2 will still be there. Some more gameplay footage from Death Stranding will be there. Some VR, PlayStation VR footage will be there. And of course, they'll talk about the PlayStation 5. They're going to save that for the last hour. They'll talk about the PlayStation 5 and what PlayStation 5 means for them, and what also the cloud gaming means for them as well. And I think we'll find that out whenever the Sony does their thing. This is my opinion. I could be wrong. I don't know what's going on inside Sean Layden's head. So, or Yoshida's head, but this is where I'm guessing. You know, so far nothing has been announced when Sony's gonna do their show. As soon as they announce it, I'm gonna live stream it. Hey, Gamer for Life. I'm okay. I'm a little bit better. Just I'm still kind of under the weather. You know, it's still kind of like crappy. Blech. You know, I don't know. I gotta see my doctor tomorrow, man. It's like I mean, I feel 80%. I'm not feeling 100%. I'm like 80%. It's just like I feel a little bit of like on my ribs, dude. Like when I'm breathing and stuff, I feel like a pain in my ribs, you know. And then my voice has changed, as you guys can hear. Uh, I don't know. I caught something, man. Something. I don't know. Maybe it's all that shit up in the air they're spraying. I don't know. No one talks about that shit. All that shit's being sprayed in the air, you know. And I see it every day. Like every day, they're just spraying shit with these big, giant white planes. I don't know where they're coming from, unmarked white planes, and they're just spraying it, you know, like 20,000 feet up in the air. It's like just X, 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 X. They're just spraying it, you know. Some people say they're doing it for our atmosphere to, you know, to regulate something. I don't know. I am not a scientist. I have no idea, but who knows? Who knows, man? No one's going to tell you a straight answer. No one's going to tell you anything. You're never going to find out the real answer. You're always going to find out the answer within the answer within the answer within the answer. You know. Why? Because we don't need to know, I guess. Uh, I'm not saying that has something to do with what I've got, but I don't know, dude. You know. What is your internet speed? My internet speed is I got 1 gigabit of internet speed. You mean my upload speed or my download speed? My download speed is like 900 megabits per second, and my upload speed is about 150 megabits per second. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Hussein, MSI RTX 2080 Ti gaming trio with i7. Oh, that's pretty beastie, badass. That's a badass. That's a badass computer, man. I got 2080 Ti. We got kind of similar specs. I got the i7 8th generation processor. So mine's a EVGA forward to Win 3. 2080 Ti. You know, but it's really this dedicated capture card that's doing all the job. This dedicated capture card that I have from the AverMedia that's plugged into my PCI Express, and it's also using the 2080 Ti processing power along with the 7th generation i7 processor. All of that stuff with the 64 gigs of DDR4 RAM helps bring this, along with the internet speed, brings this great quality for the Xbox. I mean, for my live stream, you know. My CBD, I'm taking this multivitamin thing. It's like a bunch of stuff in there. This multivitamin stuff. So, you know. Yeah, Mr. Mugiwara. I'm kind of like early, way too early. It won't start till like 4 o'clock, so I'll have to come back at 4. But it's kind of cool that we're having this conversation a little bit early. It's like a warm up before the E3 show to see what everyone has to say. John Clemens, yeah, those speeds do help, especially if you have a DOCSIS 3.1, 3.1 DOCSIS. Because if you don't have the modem that's DOCSIS 3.1, then you cannot utilize that speed. But they give you one. They give you a modem to rent, to use, or you can buy your own. Also, you got to have a good router, like a 5 gigahertz, really good router. All of these components have to play in order for you to truly appreciate that speed. Why? Because everyone in your family going to be using that internet, and they're going to want to utilize that same speed. And the best way to utilize that same speed, it's by having a really good router, like a 5 gigahertz, really good router. That will definitely help for sure. I think they are going to show something. I think Phil Spencer talked about that on his interview with Phil Spencer. There was an interview with Phil Spencer. He talked about that. Um, you know, maybe I can find it here. You know what? I think I can find it here for you guys. Hold on. Let me exit this. I think I can go to the YouTube. I can find it. Yeah, I can find it for you guys. Where's my applications? Oh, there's YouTube right here. There's an interview with Phil Spencer and what's his name? Major Nelson, Larry Herb. Phil Spencer and Larry Herb. So let me search it right here. Larry Herb. No, we'll just go with a Phil Spencer interview. Just a Phil Spencer interview, and we'll listen to it. You guys can. And this is like a month ago. He did this like 2 months ago. So there's some. There it is right here. So let's listen to this. This was 2 months ago, and there's going to be some hints over here. So let's listen to it. I'm going to shut up for a minute. Why there's a viewer discretion advised? What the?
I'm here with Phil Spencer, head of Xbox. Phil, great to see you.
Good to see you, Larry.
Earlier in the show, we had Chris Munson on talking about Xbox Fan Fest details coming up for E3.
That's always a great time at E3.
I'll ask you about E3 later on in the interview, but right now I want to talk about a couple of things. We announced Game Pass Ultimate earlier in the show. We announced the digital Xbox One S earlier in the show. We have the updates to Game Bar. Last month, we had Kareem on showing xCloud. How do all of these pieces fit together in your mind?
It's a really good question. You know, we've said for the longest time that we put the gamer at the center of how we build our strategy and our services. We don't start with the device. We don't start with us. We think about our customer and what does the customer want. And we kind of are driven by this idea that as a gamer, you should be able to play the games that you want to play on the devices you want to play them on with your friends anywhere you go. And this is all part of that that strategy, that vision, that kind of goal that we have for players. You at the center, playing your games wherever you want to go.
You're talking about travel. I noticed, I was reading your Twitter feed, is that you tweeted out you were over in Asia recently meeting with game developers and partners. How did that go?
I always love my time in the studios. It's kind of how I grew up at Xbox in studios. So now when I get to go out to third-party studios, I get to play games early, talk to the studios about what they're doing. This is always an interesting time because E3 is coming up.
Yep.
So we get an opportunity to talk about the things that we're going to focus on our stage at E3 and see if we have great content. Speaking specifically of Japan and Korea, which were the two places I was, I'm really proud of the partnerships that we've built over the last few years. Think about some of those moments. Finally had a Kingdom Hearts on our stage last year. The Dragon Ball announces. It's been good progress with those studios. I love it now because I go over, I'm seeing friends, I'm seeing people that I see multiple times a year, seeing their games. I think we're going to have a really great show at E3 from developers all over.
Now I have to ask you, you've been traveling a lot, but I also look and I see you're playing Destiny 2. What are you doing? What's going on there?
I'm trying to get to 700 light level, and I'm at like 650 right now. It's just driving me crazy.
No. I'm saying when you're traveling, how are you playing, Phil?
So, starting probably January, I started taking my phone and my controller with me and using our streaming xCloud technology.
So you're beta testing it?
I am alpha testing, probably, alpha and beta testing. It's nice for me because we happen to be sitting on the same floor, on my floor, and the xCloud team's on this floor, so I can run down there and get new drops of the software all the time.
Right.
But it's been awesome. I found probably half of my Crackdown orbs while I'm away from home, just kind of running around using xCloud. I'm running Destiny Strikes with my friends online using xCloud. It's just a test setup, right? Yeah. This is me playing the games I like to go play.
Right.
I have one server that is set up for me, so it's kind of like my Xbox in the cloud.
I can see the label. It says Phil server.
Hello, Natasha. How's Demetrius doing?
Figuring out latency, like when I was in Japan, I'm sitting there playing
Thank
games.
you, guys.
I'm in a hotel, 8,000 miles away from my server, and kind of what does that feel like? Because that's not our solution. Will be with the breadth of what we have in Azure, that data centers will be close to you to minimize ping time, to minimize latency that you have. But I will say there's something magical about taking my Xbox experience with me. Like when I boot up, it is me. P3 is on, all my friends are there, all my messages are there. I don't feel like I'm disconnected. I can launch my games. I'm not having to kind of grind a separate set of characters or something. It is my state that I have when I'm sitting in my home or I'm sitting in my PC, goes with me. And I really love that. And I think for me, I'm a product person. I have to use the product and kind of feel, what do I like? What do I not like? What's my feedback for the team? So I'm glad I'm getting to do this. And I'm really excited about the rollout that we have coming.
So this is the last episode of Inside Xbox before we hit E3 2019. How are you feeling about E3 this year?
This is going to be an interesting one. Like we're the platform holder that has a live stage show, and it's kind of just us this year. I feel the responsibility of that. I want to represent gaming. Right? I think it's an important time where the kind of larger community, news and other things are looking at the gaming industry at E3. I think it's a time where we kind of pop above a lot of the noise that's out there. So I think the whole team, we're taking the responsibility of being out there, representing gaming and wanting to do a good job of that.
What are you most excited about? Are you most excited about getting off stage, meeting with the fans, meeting with developers? Tell me about that.
I'm always excited about time with the fans and the community. Like coming out on stage, seeing faces in the crowd that I know.
Thanks, Desperado.
DMs and stuff on Xbox Live or Twitter about people just excited about the show. I'm excited about what we're going to get to show. I'm as much a fan of the show as I am in it. I love the fact that we're in Microsoft Theater again, and it's going to be a familiar place, but also a place that's kind of feels right in the center of what's going on at E3, and definitely just the community is such a highlight for me at the show.
Last year we announced, I remember you being up on stage, and behind you were all the brand new studios, and we've certainly brought a few more into the fold since then. What can we expect from Xbox Studios this time around?
Yeah, our new studios are going to have things to show, which is going to be awesome. Some new things that nobody has seen before, which will be fun. You know, if you pick one of the later studios, Obsidian had a really great time with Outer Worlds at Game Awards. Maybe we'll see some more of that. It's been nice, though, as you're starting to work with these studios. They come in. I think they're starting to see how big of a deal E3 is for a platform, and I can see them getting excited about that. It's kind of different than being an independent studio. But it's going to be exciting to see the studios. It'll take kind of years to really have them fully integrated in and kind of delivering the same way all of the teams do, because different teams are at different parts of their development cycle. But I think it's going to be just really interesting to have those teams showing up this year and starting to show what they're building for us.
As we look at the calendar, I see we're just under 2 months from E3, right?
Don't say that. That freaks me out.
I know, kind of, just a couple
Is
months
this what
away.
we're wearing?
Is this what you're wearing?
My Game Pass?
There you go. Got your Game Pass check. Well, listen, I appreciate you stopping by and joining us here at Inside Xbox.
I'm excited to be on the show.
All right.
Great job with it.
Thanks, Phil.
Thank you.
Well, interesting stuff that he talked about here was that he will be focusing. Now, this was something that was done on 2 months ago. This is prior to today. 2 months ago, this interview was done. This is when he came back from the Africa, came back from the Asia, because he was in Asia to see if he can get Japanese developers, these Asian developers, to work with him to create some more Japanese style, anime type of style video games that he wants to bring up to, you know, the Microsoft studio. So as you can see, he's working hard. He's doing his best to bring, you know, these games and experiences back to the Microsoft, to the Xbox. And he did say, he gave us a little hint. He said he's going to focus within 2 hours only on video games. And that's good. This will be a great opportunity for him today at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Central. And then if you are in UK, 9 p.m. in the evening, I think he will have opportunity in those 2 hours to bring us all of those new IPs, the new games that he has been working on with these studios. Okay, they'll give us a little technical demos. They're gonna show us what they're working on, and I can't wait to see what that is. Hey, Gework, how you doing? From Belgium. Gework? It's a Gework. Gework Guworkian. Gework Guworkian. Welcome, man. Welcome to the chat. So as you can see, he's already giving us a hint. He's letting us know that they are going to talk about the video games. So I wouldn't really keep our hopes high for the console. I think the console is something that he's going to have a separate show to release the console, to show this how it looks, the specs, and why they made this console, what's the purpose of this console, why there's the two different consoles, and what they're trying to do. I think the key importance that I got from this interview was when Larry Herb asked him, like, what is the goal? Like, what is the essential goal of the Xbox brand? And I think that was a great question. And Phil Spencer tried to explain to him, the reason we're doing all of this, the reason you see the Xbox Cloud, the reason you see the Xbox One S, the reason you see the Xbox One X, it's because we want you to make a choice on how you want to play our video games, where you want to play them and how you want to play them. Like, basically, he's looking at the Xbox not as a console, but as a brand. He's looking at the Xbox as a brand that you can take with you. And you can play it on your PC, you can play it on your phone, you can play it on your television, on your Xbox. Like, you can choose how you want to play this brand called the Xbox. And I think that's an interesting approach. Honestly, in my opinion, I think that's an interesting approach. And this is also bringing us to a new direction. of console gaming. I don't think that we can call it consoles anymore because honestly, it's going to a different direction. And this is what I was talking about, the direction that everything's going into. Especially this whole merger with Sony and Microsoft on the cloud gaming. I think the one big goal is going to be, yes, you will have brands. You will have Sony, you will have Microsoft, you will have Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo. It's always going to be there. But it's going to be part of you, the gamer, choosing on how you want to play these brands. Do you want to play these brands on your television? Do you want to play these brands on your phone? Do you want to play them on your PC? I think that's where we're going to be going in the future. And I'm talking like 2028, 2029. I think that's where it's going to be. Especially with this whole Stadia, Google thing. I think that's really what they're aiming for. They're aiming for everybody being on the cloud. And that's the message I'm getting from all of this, is that they want to put everything on the cloud where you can choose on how you want to play your video games. Do you want to play it digitally? Do you want to download it on your computer? Do you want to play it on your PC? Do you want to play it on your console? Do you want to play it on your phone? How do you want to bring this experience? You saw Phil Spencer, he was in Japan, he was in Asia, and they gave him a dedicated server to play Destiny 2. And he was playing Destiny 2 on that dedicated server, alpha server, testing. Alpha, it wasn't beta, it was alpha. They were testing to see how well the Xbox Cloud works. And as you can see, Phil Spencer said barely any latency on that game that he was playing, Destiny 2, over the Xbox Cloud. So that's a good news. If they can have that kind of low latency, you know what I mean? And he was in Asia. Remember, he was in Asia, all the way in Asia, 8,000 miles away from Seattle. So interesting stuff. Let me see what you guys are saying. Hey, John Crow, yeah, it starts at 4 o'clock. You know, I made a mistake. I thought it was 1 o'clock, but I didn't realize that it says 1 p.m. Pacific time. So they're doing it Pacific time, Seattle time, which means 4 o'clock Eastern time here on the East Coast. So it's going to be 4 p.m. for me. For the rest of you who live in UK, it's going to be at 9 p.m. I think. p.m. evening time, p.m., 9 p.m. And for those of you who live in Texas, Central time is going to be 3 p.m. The Celtic 18. I wish I could do that. I wish I could be I wish I could be there. But I would have to be sponsored, or I have to be, you know, if they, I'll tell you what, I'd be more than happy to go to E3 show if they give me the pass to do so. If I got invited, if they invited me and they gave me a pass to go there and they paid for hotel, they paid for the ticket, I would I would easily go there. I would easily go there, man. I would be in Los Angeles. I'd be already there, dude. 5 hours, flight, plane. I'd be there. Not a problem. But I'm not going to spend my own money to go there. You know, shit. You know what I mean? It's expensive. Phil Spencer is awesome, dude. I do have a little bit of the New Yorker accent. That's because when I came here, I was at a very young age. So I stayed in New York a little bit. I stayed in Albany. And then from Albany, I used to travel to Manhattan, Queens, Brooklyn. And then I moved to upstate New York. I used to live in upstate New York. I was there for a little bit. And then I went to Plattsburgh, SUNY Plattsburgh College. I was going for criminal justice, but it didn't work out for me. I went for video production, moved down to Fort Lauderdale to study Art Institute video production, and I did that ever since for a little bit. But that's why I got that New York accent, because I inherited that because I used to hang around with all these, New Yorkers, and pretty cool, man. I love New Yorkers, man. I love New York. It's such a unique experience to be in New York, man. It's like there's no other place like it. It's like the capital of the world. You know, you meet all kinds of people, man. Granted, I met a lot of Italians. You know, I used to work in the restaurants called the Jimmy's 21 restaurants. He was like a real like Italian dude. Like he knew a lot of people, a lot of important people. He was also connected to the managers of the Yankees, and so uh, I had my share of having this experience to live in New York, and I miss it, man. I'm really thinking about moving up there, but upstate. I'm thinking about going back to upstate to live in upstate New York. You know, I just love being up in the Adirondack area out there, where it's nice, quiet. I love nature, man. I want to be around nature, man. I'm just tired of. I've been around big cities too much, man. Been around big cities. Been to LA, been to Vegas, been to Seattle, been to Miami, been to New York, been to all these big cities, been to Philadelphia. I just want to, like, been to Berlin, Vienna, Stuttgart, been to a bunch of different cities here and the Europe, and I'm kind of tired of the big cities, dude. I'm just tired of the big noise, it's just me, you know. It's nothing to do like me trying to be like a mean person or something. It's just like I had too much of the big noise, too much of people, and I just want to move to like the nature, be out there with the nature, be out there with the mountains, and that's how I want to retire, man. So I'm thinking about maybe moving upstate. That's where I want to be. That's just me, you know. Let me see what we got here. Franchise still on sale. What are you guys talking about? Sorry about that. I went off tracks a little bit here. They won't give anything for free. Yeah. Well, the thing is, here's the problem. I don't think the Microsoft wants to approach me because they don't like the way I am. Uh, I'm being honest. I don't think they like the way I can be because they look at me as the guy from that Split, James McAvoy from the Split, like the guy has many different faces. Like we don't like that. We want somebody who is gonna read a script. We want somebody who's gonna, make it short, read a script, smile, and put on a makeup and try to do his best to. They want actors. I'll be honest with you. The Microsoft and Sony, they want actors. They want actors who will read the script, who's gonna heavily edit that video, do it in like a really nice place, and then they can support the brand. That's what they're looking for, and I don't blame them from doing that. But that's just not me, and I think that's the reason they don't want to approach me because they don't like loose cannon. They don't want somebody who's going to call it the way he sees it. They don't want that. They don't want to take that risk. It's not that the Microsoft's it's not that the Xbox doesn't know that I exist. I'm sure they're aware of me. I'm sure they've seen some of my videos, and I'm pretty sure Sony has seen some of my videos. It's not like you can't miss me on the YouTube. It's really not difficult to find me on YouTube. But I understand why they don't want to support me. I totally understand why they don't want to invite me to anything because of the way I am. It's like a loose cannon. And the studios, they don't like that. The E3 shows don't like the loose cannons. They like the guaranteed actors who will read the script, read a teleprompter, listen to the producer in the earpiece. Okay, you stop talking right now. He's talking. Don't say anything bad. Like, you have that earpiece and you're listening to the producer. I can't do that. That's not me, dude. So, and I think that's the reason why. I hope they announce more 4K enhanced titles. Come down to Houston. If I'm ever in Houston, if I'm ever in Texas, man, I'll definitely let you guys know. If I'm ever in a different state, I'll do a vlog. I'll say, hey, dude, I'm in California. I'm here. I'm there. I'll even talk to my haters. Seriously, man. If I was in LA, I would say, hey, Westside Tech, let's go meet up. Let's talk, dude. Like two adults. Let's talk, man. Let's have a talk, brother. Let's talk. What's the problem? That's it. I'm not gonna be mean to the guy. We'll just have a talk. Let's talk about it. If I was in UK and I found that idiot who's constantly coming after me, I'd tell this guy too, hey mate, I'm in UK. I'm in Yorkshire. Let's talk about it, bro. Let's see what your issue is with me. Let's talk about it face to face on camera, live stream it. Let's see what your problem is with me. You know, I wouldn't have no problem like letting you know where I'm at, man. You know, so I would love to do that. I would love to like hang out with you guys, meet some of you guys, talk to you guys, get to know you a little bit better, to see what you guys are, because it's difficult for people to know who you really are if you don't hang out with them in person. You know, I'm not like a huge fan of social media because social media, you're behind the keyboard and I'm behind the keyboard and you don't feel what I feel. You don't get my impression or I don't get your impression. And it's in some way, yes, it is communication, but that's as far as it goes. It's a communication without feelings because you don't know how I feel. You don't know my reaction, just like I don't know your reaction right now and how you guys feel about to what I'm saying. You guys might have some, I don't know, second thoughts. All right. And I think that's what's missing from talking to somebody in person, talking to a person face to face. I think is the best interaction. That's the only best interaction is to talk to somebody face to face and to hang out with somebody in person. You're never going to learn about me if you just know me from here. You have to hang around with me. You have to spend time with me to truly find out who I am. Yes, I do like to joke around sometimes. I do like to put on an entertainment acting face for the sake of the entertainment. But I'm more than just that. You know, there's more to me than just that. You know, and that's how I feel about, you know. But yeah, if I was in Houston, I definitely would do it, man. If I was in UK, I definitely hit up Mario, Mr. Strudick, MXR, Drifter. I hit you guys. I would let you know, hey, I'm here in Yorkshire, or I'm here in South London, or East London. I'm here. Hey, let's meet up. Let's hit the pub or something. You know, definitely, I'll do it in a heartbeat. If I'm there, I'll definitely let you know. Let me see what else you guys have. I heard the NVLink 2080 Ti will have the best performance possible. Oh yeah, with that kind of horsepower, you should easily hit 4K 80 frames per second, easy with that. Oh yeah, you're gonna need a 1250. It's always good, Blaze. It's always good to have that extra horsepower of power supply. Because remember, you're gonna be soaking a lot of juice. You're gonna be soaking all that juice just for that 2080 Ti. You're gonna be soaking all that juice. So you're going to need plenty of energy, not just for your graphics card, but for your CPU and for your motherboard, you know, for your hard drive, for everything else. So the more power you have, the better. You can never run out of enough power supply, even with 2,000 watts. Like, hey, let's have that. Absolutely, franchise. I would definitely love to do it, man. I would love to meet all of you. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of talking to people behind the keyboards because, like I said earlier, it doesn't. I can't tell. You can't tell like the impression you're getting. When you're talking to somebody in person, it's just a different ball game. You get to know that person better, you know. Let's see. Hardcore Hinnick. Xbox needs a new iconic character. Yes. Hey, Habakan. Thank you, man. Thank you for stopping by. Good to see you here. Let me see. Man, I need the glasses. Xbox needs a new iconic character. Yes, Hardcore Hink. Nick, they do need a new iconic character. Something new, something fresh. Hopefully they will deliver that today at 4 p.m. Hey, Kevin S. I hope Microsoft delivers today. Yeah, me too. I hope they do deliver. Look, I want them to be successful. I want Microsoft to be successful. Remember, I'm not here to write a blue flag or a green flag or a red flag or the yellow PC Master Race flag. I'm writing no flags. As you can see here, there's nothing. It's empty. It's blank. This is just baseball. This is just baseball. softball league, whatever. Um, I I'm, you know me, I'm not a fanboy. I'm not a fanboy of anything. Those of you who know me, who's been following me, you know that I'm not a fanboy. I don't ride nobody's brand. I want the best experiences. I'm all about the experience. That's what I'm all about. I want people to bring me the best experience. And that's what I want from Microsoft. I want the experience, you know. So that's why I'm not so like crazy about, you know, how much power does the Anaconda has versus the Lockhart. Like, doesn't really matter how much power they got. What matters is the experience. And PlayStation 4 Pro showed us in past 2-3 years, here we are, down-powered console, and we're still able to bring the experience. You know, Mr. Food dipped. Yeah, great to be part of this E3 on your channel. No better place to watch this. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate it, guys. Yeah, it's going to be at 4 o'clock. Yeah, I made a mistake. I started early because I thought it was going to be in 1 o'clock. But I felt this is also cool for us to do a little conversation before the E3 show. So people can watch this and they can listen to our conversations and then they can watch our reactions during the E3 show. So they can look at both of those videos and then they can say, I understand where these gentlemen are coming from and what their views are and points are and stuff like that. Is AMD going to bring down Intel with these new CPUs? I don't know. The AMD is very strong right now. They have a partnership with Sony. They have partnership with Microsoft. And who knows, they might have a partnership with Nintendo. So AMD right now is looking strong. AMD is like looking super strong. So Nvidia right now, it's scared. Nvidia is a bit scared. They're just, in my opinion, the biggest problem with the Nvidia right now is their pricing. They're pricing too much on their graphics cards, and I think that's the issue. That's the problem. You can be charging a graphics card with some ridiculous amount of money for something that's not even being utilized yet. Real-time ray tracing. I have real-time ray tracing, and do I use it? No, because there's only one game I can use it on, and that's Battlefield 5. And still doesn't work that well. Nvidia right now, it's they need to change their strategy, man. I don't like what they're doing right now. I think Nvidia, it's losing their momentum. I think AMD is gaining a momentum. It's just my opinion. PlayStation 4 has games, Xbox nothing. Well, I wouldn't say they have nothing. They have something, you know. They have games, but they're not the games that they're exclusives, you know. And hopefully they can bring something in this E3 show today where they can show us what they have, you know. Master Huey, I think we have a pretty good amount of backward compatible games right now on the Xbox. If you're somebody who wants to play your old Xbox 360 games or your old Xbox original games from 2001 all the way through 2002 and 2003, I think the Xbox right now, it's the excellent place for you to explore that. There's plenty of old school games for you to try out. So you're not going to run short on the backward compatible games. I think Microsoft covered that. When it comes to backward compatible games, they covered that. They have plenty of that. So if you're in store for that, don't worry, you're all set. The one thing they have to cover right now is the new fresh IPs. With all these new studios, they have to bring something substantially better. They have to compete. They have to compete with Sony in order for them to have any kind of like to stay afloat. They have to deliver something so they can be relevant. You know, to be relevant, they have to really bring something. Because if they don't bring anything substantially great, then they're not going to be relevant, and Sony's just going to ride that train, you know. And I mean, this year, right now, there's really nothing that Microsoft can use to compete. Yes, Gears 5 is going to be a fun game. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to enjoy Gears 5. It's going to be fun. But other than that, you know, you got Death Stranding. Death Stranding's out, and good luck competing with that. I mean, that's a big, giant exclusive. This is just going to sell the consoles like crazy. So, you know, how many people are going to buy Gears 5 bundled console, and how many people are going to buy Death Stranding bundled console on PlayStation? So we all know how that's going to end up, right? So when I say we need something fresh, that's what I'm talking about. Like, we need something like what Sony has. Xbox needs at least one new fresh IP. You don't have to be 2 or 3 or 4. It has to be not quantity of new fresh IPs. I hope that the Microsoft doesn't make a mistake thinking that if we put up any kind of new exclusives, we'll be okay. No. Just make one new fresh IP exclusive that is groundbreaking. That's like Avatar. That's like Avatar of new fresh IP. Bring that. Just bring one. And then worry about working on the next one. Do it one step at a time. And hopefully they can do that. And they have Crytek. They have Ninja Theory. Both of these studios should work together and bring something really. Both of these studios, Crytek and Ninja Theory, if they work together, dude, they can bring something amazing. Give me those two studios, and I'll bring some ideas. I'll make something that's gonna compete with Hideo Kojima. Yes, dare me say that I would make something that would compete with Hideo Kojima. All right, there's a lot of ideas out there, but Microsoft needs to do that. Microsoft needs to bring that. Remember, they need to bring something big. You got to think big. You got to think like James Cameron big. And if they don't deliver on that in the next few years, then I really don't see how they can, compete. I mean, how do you compete? Let me see what you guys are saying. Sorry about that. Yeah, AMD is catching up for sure. Joseph Burbo, thank you, Joseph. Forza Son, Mohammed Hadi. Do you think GTA 6 will be tested? Grand Theft Auto 6, no. Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be in development for a long time. We won't hear nothing from Grand Theft Auto 6 till probably 2021. That's a huge game they're working on, man, and they're keeping it quiet. That's, top secret Area 51 type of a game. So, yeah, that's behind closed doors, somewhere in the basement, somewhere deep down underground. But it's coming. It's coming. Desperado, still too many people playing Grand Theft Auto 5 online, making money there still is true. Master Huey franchise, not that you can get them in the US. Panasonic has great TVs there. Okay. Crackdown 3 was a letdown, and Minecraft 4K edition never came out. Yeah, it was a bit of a letdown. The last 2 years for Microsoft really was a letdown. I was disappointed. I expected more from Microsoft, but unfortunately it didn't happen. Ember Phoenix, Xbox One 2019. Yes. The new Call of Duty looks great. Yeah, the new Call of Duty. Actually, I can show you the trailer for those of you who haven't seen the trailer. I can show you the 4K trailer of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. While we're here, I guess we can do that. Why not? I can do that for you guys. Show it to you in 4K. I'm sure you guys have seen it, but I figured, why not? Let's watch it again. Let's watch it again. I think you guys will enjoy it. Yeah. Oh, look, it's me. Oh no, that's me. Oh God. All right, let's go search Modern Warfare. That's funny. I'm looking at me. That's funny. Modern Warfare 2019. Let's look at it. Let's watch it. 27 million views. Look how many views this thing got, man. It's insane. It's insane. All right, here we go. Enjoy.
The rules have changed. There's a fine line between right and wrong. And somewhere, in the shadows, they send us in to find it.
126 actual. Target is in the main house. You have execute authority.
Bravo 6. Going dark.
Start clear!
Victor 6-4, green light.
Chemical weapons are now in the wild.
Foreman copies up.
Guys, hostiles assaulted civilians.
Get to safety, go!
We get dirty, and the world stays clean. That's the mission.
Who's your team?
Some old comrades.
The new monitor, the TCL 8K TV monitor, it's probably going to be expensive. Probably like a $5,000, I think. All of these 8K televisions will be expensive this year. But do you really need it? Honestly, that's my question. I always ask people, do you really need the 8K right now? I think I would, personally, I would wait till next year, 2020, or 2020 holiday season, and then wait to see if the prices will come down a little bit. I think by 2020 holiday season, the 8K Samsung, mark my words, if one company will do it, it will be Samsung. They're going to lower the prices next year, 2020. You will be able to buy 8K television from Samsung, 65-inch for like 3,800, and that's a pretty good price for an 8K television, 3,800. Something probably I'm going to jump into for 3,800. So I would wait, and then you purchase the Xbox Anaconda, and then you purchase the PlayStation 5 along with that 8K television. Another good experience for me, and the benefit for me is going to be to have the 8K television, is to test how the current 4K movies look upscaled to 8K, how they look, what's the difference. Same thing with the existing games from the Xbox One X and PlayStation 4 Pro, to see how they look being upscaled to 8K. And then, of course, testing all of the existing PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Anaconda, or Xbox 2, whatever they call it, games on the 8K television. So I would wait. I would start saving money now, and I would wait till 2020 holiday season. But if the money's not an issue and you want it this holiday season, if you can buy it for 4,800 from, I think you probably get it for 4,800 on the Samsung store. If you can buy it for 4,800, then I say go with it. If the money's not an issue, go with it. Check it out. Sure. You know. Hey, what's up, MR420? Let's check out the Death Stranding trailer a little bit. I haven't looked at it in a while. But what's interesting about the Modern Warfare trailer is it's all in-game. It's all in-game engine, and I love that. Unlike Battlefield 5, where they were showing us a CGI, this is all in-game. In-game gameplay. And that's what was so unique about that Modern Warfare trailer. Death Stranding. Let me see what they've got here. Trying to find a good trailer. The 4K. I'm looking for a 4K trailer. Where is it? Death Stranding. Death Stranding 4K. Hold on. I only watch 4K, dude. I cannot watch anything that's not 4K. Oh, here we go. Right here.
BB, don't worry. It's okay. I'll always be with you. See the sunset. The day is
That's up to you, Digital Mods. I mean, that's okay if you want to. I would appreciate that, but you know, you don't have to. You know, I don't want to put any kind of pressure on you or anything like that. I would appreciate it if you did, but you don't have to. You know.
Together, you can help
Now,
us.
this is the
Can
part where I got criticized, where I said that
make America
I
whole.
think that he is a
America's
that
finished.
lady president.
Sam, if we don't all come
Secret
together
Service,
again,
because I was looking at the photo. Now, it is possible that he is a
we don't need a country. Not anymore. We do.
her son,
Alone, we have no future.
or the architect that worked on the bridges.
President of jack shit.
But what's also impressive here is that there is a connection. The Mads Mikkelsen that's playing the character, there is a connection to the Metal Gear Zero. I don't know how many of you tried the Metal Gear Zero, but there is a connection to the Metal Gear universe from what I have heard here. And that's going to be something that I really want to see what the connection is between the Metal Gear universe and this. Not a problem. Thank you, franchise. Thank you, Digital Mods. Appreciate it.
It's all to safeguard the continued independence of Edgenut City. They want the UCA to leave him be.
Who are these assholes again?
Homo Demons. Militant separatist group.
I've heard of them. Bunch of terrorists who go around towns killing people and leaving craters.
Right. Nothing's off limits for them. Not even engineering void outs. They're extremists like the demons everywhere. Plotting in the shadows.
You see how open world this thing is? You see that mountain? You can actually climb up that mountain. Like, that's what Hideo Kojima said. You can go up to that mountain right there, and you can climb it, basically. That shows you how big the scope is of the open world. This is even bigger than Metal Gear Phantom Pain. I mean, this is a really big scope here. Remember, they worked with Guerrilla Games, too. Guerrilla Games, they pretty much are familiar with the open world that we saw in Horizon Zero Dawn, so you can drive vehicles.
Good thing it was raining. Even they know better than to mess with BTs.
I can't spot BTs. Just sense them.
So
That's
he
why we
works
keep
for the
preparing.
bridges. But who is the
bridge
architect of the bridges? And why does the President of the United States, this lady, why she knows so much about the bridges? You know, these are the kind of things that are really interesting to see. Like, is this something where they're going like a time machine? They can go back in time and past and present and future, and they can alter the different outcome in the future and the past. There's a lot of stuff going on here, you know, that I think is going to be very interesting. And even Big Boss, remember Metal Gear Solid 3, Big Boss was telling the Naked Snake about how the past and the future has been altered to different ways. And she also talked about the philosophers, you know, the philosophers circle and who the philosophers are and whom they are controlled by. So there's a lot of stuff here. There's a lot of stuff here that's going to be somehow connected with the Metal Gear universe. Yeah, I think Islam. And that's what's even more amazing is that they're using this engine. Now this character that's played by Matt Mikkelsen's, that's going to be very important thing to keep an eye on. It's him. He's going to be that one key. Him is going to be that one key for us to truly solve this mystery. Death Stranding.
Sam, we want you to go west and finish what Emily started.
Rebuilding America isn't gonna get rid of the BTs. As long as they're still around, there's...
Did you notice how his face changes from gray blue? Did you notice that?
You see, I've come to understand the truth of the Death Stranding. Oh, it's so hard to form connections when you can't shake hands.
And this is during Metal Gear Solid 3. I think, dude, this is during the Metal Gear Solid 3. The Big Boss era. Dude, there's so much connection here. Oh, it's gonna be so good when... It's gonna be so good when we find out what's really going on, man, on November 8th. Oh, it's gonna blow our minds, man. It's gonna be amazing, dude.
Covering the world in cable didn't bring an end to war and suffering.
Yeah, man, there's so much stuff that I'm hyped for too, especially with these, with the games like this. Especially this game, man. I'm really hyped for this game.
And if we as a people can't do that, if we can't reconnect.
Thank you, Hamza, man. I appreciate it.
Not to stand apart, but to come together.
I'll show you the real thing soon.
Now, this character, Cliff, he's gonna be the key to the connection of the Metal Gear Zero, from what I have researched, you know.
The whole wide world will be yours to explore. You'll be able to go wherever you want, even the moon.
I hope I don't lose my power again. There goes the lightning. Can you guys hear it? Listen to the lightning there. It's like non-stop, bro. It's crazy shit.
PlayStation.
Yeah, but I'm glad that they're not releasing these games next to each other. I'm glad that they are being put in a window between each other. So when you play Gears 5, you play it in September. When you play Ghost Recon Breakpoint, you play it in early October. And then around Halloween, October 25th, you'll play Modern Warfare, and you'll have plenty of time to play Modern Warfare till the big one, till the Death Stranding on November 8th. I just want to say something. I will not live stream Death Stranding. And the reason I refuse to live stream Death Stranding is for a couple of reasons. Number one, Death Stranding is going to be a game that I will have to focus, I will have to experience, and you will have to focus, you will have to experience. Therefore, I cannot live stream something where I'm constantly being, focused on the chat room and talking to you. So therefore, I refuse to live stream Death Stranding, because I want to experience the game for myself. I want to see what it's all about. I want to figure the game out. I want to see what's going on in the story. I want to be focused, meaning I want to experience it by myself. I don't want any noise. I don't want anything. I just want to be me in that game to figure out what's going on. So there won't be any live stream. I swear to you, I swear to God, there won't be any live stream of Death Stranding. Don't look for it. And another second reason is, obviously, I don't want to spoil it. Listen to that thunder. Listen. Here, you guys can hear it? Listen to that thunder. It's amazing, dude. It's like every day, bro. It starts at 4 p.m. So I still have 3 hours to go. We still got 3 hours to go. Listen to that the lightning. It was like wasn't like yesterday, but yesterday was like pop, 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 just like nonstop. Listen to it. It's like an earthquake, dude. It's crazy. It starts. Listen, I hope I don't lose my power. I mean, I'm gonna try to. There we go again. I'm gonna try to live stream it, obviously at 4 o'clock, but I hope that I don't lose my power, because with this lightning, dude, this is like deadliest lightning ever. I never seen anything like this, man. It's like some Godzilla like lightning, man. Yeah, I've still got time to go till 4 o'clock. 5 p.m. in England. That's cool. So I'm probably going to take a little break, and I'll come back at 4. Hopefully I don't lose the power. If I lose the power, then there's nothing I can do about it. That's just nature letting me know who's in charge, But we'll see. Hopefully. Am I interested in Cyberpunk 2020? Yeah, I am, dude. I'm like totally interested in that. That was a close one, man. That one, they were just like, poof. Yeah. I don't know where's the best place to live, dude. Everything's so screwed up these days. That the climate has been so screwed up that I guess Alberta, Canada, but in Alberta, Canada, you got the ice storm, you got the snowstorm. I don't know. It's difficult to say these days. Where's a good place to live? Underground? Maybe? Yeah, finger crossed, man. I hope. But I can guarantee you guys, you know, that if everything goes well, I'll do it. You'll see it 4 o'clock. 4 p.m. 4 p.m. East Coast time, and then 1 p.m. Pacific time. It says 1 p.m., but it says Pacific time. See, PT Pacific time. Why I shaved my beard? Because I got tired of it. I had to shave it, you know. That's why I shaved it. Sometimes I grow it, sometimes I get rid of it. Depends on how I feel, you know. Yeah, me too. All right, so well, I'm glad we had this little chat for an hour and a half. I think this is a cool video for everybody else to watch before the E3 show, so they can get different feedbacks on how we feel and what we want from the E3 show. And it's going to be interesting to see what Xbox is going to deliver on the E3 floor. I think we'll see plenty of games. I think we'll see Halo, we'll see Gears 5, and we'll see some new IPs from all these different studios. But I just hope that they bring something that's super, super interesting. You know, I just hope they bring something that we haven't seen before. Oh, Honolulu. Yeah, but you guys got the lava. You guys got the volcanoes, man. And you're in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. There is no perfect place anywhere. Any place you got something to deal with. You know.